Hello and welcome to Vaping View, a place to discuss all things from the wonderful world of vaping. I'm your host Kyle, and today I'm delighted to say that we're going to be speaking with a special guest, an avid vapor and overall wonderful person. So we may hear their story, and hopefully it will inspire us to spread the word about vaping and to help vaping save more lives. So let's get to it. Hello, Dre Drizzle. How are you doing today?
Man, doing the best I can and keeping it cloudy up in this piece always.
So first off, I just want to say thank you for joining me today. It means the world to me to have you on the show, and I know that your story will help inspire and save lives. So I like to start off every show with a question that I know everybody wants to know. What device and juices are you vaping on right now?
Right now, I tell you what, man. I got my MVB, my Duff Hole, got my little mini on top of it, and then I got this Humble Vape Donkey right there.
Yeah.
Got my Defcon 13, big bad boy 4 battery with McKinney on top of it. Got my Bud Beer Red up in here. Also got my Pulse right there with my little Wasp Nano on top of it, and got some Vandy Vape Dolphin Milk. Yes, sir.
Dolphin milk. I gotta try that. The name right there just makes me want to try it, like dolphin milk. You know, they say dolphins are the smartest animals on the planet. I wonder if they, 'cause I think they got some good milk. They gotta have some good milk. They gotta be intelligent.
Yeah, I ain't seen no dolphin nipples, but you know what? This raspberry milk's pretty good by Vandy Vape. I gotta hand it to them.
Gotta try that. I'm gonna have to give me some of that. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, we can get to a little bit more personal. Is that okay with you?
That's fine with me.
Okay, most of us have marked on the calendar the last day you smoked a cigarette. How long has it been since you smoked your last cigarette?
Man, that would be around my birthday 5 years ago.
So almost.
And I would say, being a truck driver, so I was in Amarillo, Texas.
Amarillo, Texas. So you was down there by Twisted 420 then.
If I'd have known about him back then, I would have hit him up.
He's a cool dude, man. Man, that guy make you laugh your ass off, man. That's a funny ass dude, man. And then
yeah, make it so bad. Half the time he don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, all right,
but he's funny to watch, though, man. That's all that matters. Exactly. He's entertaining.
Exactly.
Okay, so real quick, just think back for a moment. When you realized that you were no longer a smoker, how did you feel right at that moment when you realized?
Man, I felt relieved. Like a weight's been taken off my shoulder, because being a smoker, over the years, it tends to weigh you down, mentally and physically. And you don't even know it. Matter of fact, you go to a restaurant, you eat food, and you think you're doing all right. But man, when you actually start vaping and get off of the nicotine, see, I was not just a cigarette smoker. That wasn't my thing. Black and Miles, 2 packs a day.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I had it rough.
Which one do you like, the wines? I like the wine.
Regular wood tip.
Regular wood tip?
Regular wood, man. You know, I still get mail from Black and Miles. I have to give so much of that. I'm serious. I got prizes in the mail and certificates. Thank you.
Because you supported them for like 20 years.
Yes. But to realize that I actually made that transition, man, I tell you what, my step gets lighter, and when you actually take that breath, after about a few weeks of being off of cigarettes, you realize you ain't even been breathing. Not hardly anyway.
I think the one thing that kicked me the most is the first time I carried an appliance up the stairs, because that's what I do, you know. And I carried that appliance up the stairs and I said, "What is that? I'm not out of breath. Holy shit." And then the second thing was, my entire life I have hated cooked carrots. If you cook some carrots in a stew, I'm picking all that stuff out. My wife made some carrots, made some stew with some cooked carrots in it, and I ate that cooked carrot and I was like, man, this is good. I've been missing out on all this time. And it was all because I had no taste bud. My taste buds was like, everything tastes like crap. Everything tastes good now. Everything.
Yeah, everything tastes, you have to put so much salt on it and all that good stuff. Back in the day, just to make food taste good, man, just give me some raw asparagus with a little butter on it. I'm good to go.
I'm telling you, man, that I think that's the greatest thing, is just the point of being able to taste your food again, man. Oh, that was worth it enough for me.
And what really got me is about 2 months after stop smoking, I actually got my singing voice back. See, a lot of people don't know, I went to college on a singing scholarship. And smoking is, for the past, I smoked for about 15 years. And during that time, I lost my voice. I couldn't hit my range no more. Man, when I was actually able to hit them notes again, that was a very good moment for me.
I mean, I bet it was. I mean, that right there is inspiring enough, man, just because a lot of people don't know how much it affects just everything. It's not just your lungs, man. It affects your throat, it affects your eyes, your skin. Oh, like I promise you, I never got a zit in my life until I quit smoking. I have like oils, like smoke just dries up your face, man. It just, and then when you quit smoking, you get used to the oil start laying like, oh crap, and you start sweating like, oh, what the hell is this? And I started getting zits like, wait, I ain't never had a zit a day in my life. And all of a sudden I got zits all the time. I'm like, I look like I'm 20 again. Hey, I'm gonna keep with it. You see that zit right there? I'm young, man. See, babe, I'm a young man. I'm like, shut your old ass up.
It's gonna get longer. It's gonna get longer.
Okay, so everybody has a story about how they were introduced to vaping. How did you find out about vaping?
Well, again, I was down in Texas, this time in Dallas. Man, I walked into a gas station and I saw what they call a blue. You remember the blue? Yeah, I got a blue. I said, blue, menthol. Let me try that. Man, it was the worst thing I ever tried. And I'm like, no, let me have another pack of Black & Miles. I went back in the store, got me a pack of Black & Miles, and I said, well, there's gotta be something else besides this. So get online, find out about the Ego pen. Everybody knows about the Ego. And the little A3, A1, little addy on top of it. And I said, okay, let's order one of them. So $50 later, ordered from China, a double pack. Battery lasts me about a week. And the other battery burnt out in about a month, you know. But I kept thinking to myself, gotta be something else to this. There's gotta be more to it. And believe it or not, it was watching Twisted. I started discovering, hey, they got devices and stuff, not just these little pens and stuff. And found out about batteries and started reading up on battery safety and got my first little RDA, little Trident RDA. Terrible airflow, I had to drill it out. But, you know, the only thing they had back there was Kanthal. Man, I was trying to rip a toaster apart, trying to find me some Kanthal, you know. But I tell you what, it was down in Texas. Always in Texas for some reason. Down in Texas, man, I discovered that vaping was a real thing. And then, man, heck, on down the line, man, I started mixing my own juices. Heck, Train Smoke actually was part of a juice line that I was coming out with.
Okay.
Had plans to open a vape cafe and all that good stuff. But some things happened to me in the trucking industry, caused me to lose all my savings and everything, you know, but I still stuck with vaping. I still stuck with that. I wasn't going to let that go because it had changed my life so dramatically. But you'd be surprised how bright you see your future once you get off the cigarettes. It's remarkable, man.
It does. It changes your life. It changes your outlook on everything. Because you don't know how your life was just restricted by cigarettes, you know, especially when they passed all the laws, you had to go outside to smoke and everything, you know, You go in a restaurant, you get something to eat. As soon as you get done eating, your wife and them is still eating. You outside smoking a cigarette. You know, like, oh babe, I'm about to go smoke a cigarette right quick. You know, it just put a lot of restriction on you, and a lot of people don't know how much restriction it really is until you ain't smoking no more. You're like, well, I don't have to leave. Like, well, I don't have to go nowhere. I could just sit here and relax. So, yeah, it definitely changes a lot of things. Which leads me into the next question. Now, vaping not only saves us from all the smoke-related stuff that we go through, you know what I mean, the cancer and all that stuff, but it also changes your life in other aspects. How has your life been changed because of vaping?
When I greet people, I greet them with more of a smile than a frown. See, people don't understand that vaping is not only a change in your lifestyle, it's a change in how you think about things. Because you know that your future is looking brighter because you stopped smoking, because you don't have to worry about the cancer and all the stuff from the things they had in cigarettes and tobacco products of that nature. So I'm not afraid to come and talk to somebody because I don't smell like a freaking ashtray. I'm not afraid to go up and talk to the people on my job and my business because I own my own truck. And owning your own truck, you got to do your own brokerage and your own deals and speak with the shippers and the receivers and get all that stuff lined up. See, back in the day, they'd be like, because I smell like crazy trapped in a truck full of cigar smoke. I smell like crazy. But I'm not afraid to approach those people anymore.
Yeah.
My wife, dealing with her, hey, it don't matter how many showers you take. That stuff is not coming off of you whatsoever. You're going to smell like a cigar for weeks just by smoking one. You talk, you breathe, your food even tastes like a freaking cigarette or cigar, So just my approach to people and how I see my life being, it's a remarkable change, man. And then you get into all the advocacy. You say, I want to do more, not just for myself, but for the community, because there's somebody out there that needs to know about it. So my mom, she's been smoking for 30 years. Oh, no. 2 years ago, she started vaping.
Oh, that's awesome right there, man.
She won't even pick up a cigarette. It's so nasty. She ran out of juice one day and thought she was going to buy a single cigarette off of somebody. Man, she took one puff, threw it on the ground, and stepped on it. It was done. Didn't even taste right anymore. My brother's been smoking for 10 or 15, or heck, almost 20 years my brother's been smoking. But yet, picked up a mod, gave him one of mine. That was it. Done. Finished. No more. I got people on my job, man. A guy just bought 2 or 3 mods off the internet. He bought them all at one time and said, dude, you got to kind of ease yourself into this. Nah, man. He went and got him some of the biggest, got him a drag and got him a pro color and all that good stuff, a Valerian. And he just went head into it. And he's so excited, man. And it gives me joy to give people that opportunity to be better, to be better.
I think that's one of the biggest benefits of vaping. Not so much that it saves your life, because it does, and we all know that. But it gives you a sense of gratification because it gives you the opportunity to save people. It's crazy because you sit back and you strive to do better in life, and then when you start giving and you start helping, and just the gratification, and you find happiness that you thought you was never gonna find, it just makes you happy. Like, it makes me so happy when, I've got letters and emails and stuff over the years where people said, hey, I quit smoking. I watch your channel all your videos, and you've inspired me. And that, like, dude, it brought me to tears. I was talking to my wife. I read one to my wife and my kids, and I was crying. My son was looking, man, he was 16, and he's looking at me like, Dad, you a punk. What the hell you crying for? Like, you don't understand. This hit my heart, like, a lot, because I helped this person. Like, this person would have died if it wasn't for me, man. And that's something that gives you just the greatest sense of gratification that you can get. And that's the best gift I can give, that I could receive. A lot of people like, you get all this free stuff because you have a YouTube channel. I don't care about none of the products. I care about whether or not I can help people quit smoking. That's the biggest thing in the world to me. because it's hard. And that kind of leads me into my next question. I know my personal experiences, but everybody has their experiences. So smoking is a really addictive thing, and it's hard to get off of. What would you say was the hardest thing to overcome when you were switching from smoking cigars to vaping?
The hardest thing to overcome was the availability at the time. Because let's face it, the stuff that you get at the gas stations and stuff like that stuff ain't worth a crap. I mean, it's not. It's terrible. And I didn't know anything about a vape shop. Matter of fact, in the little city I live in, Chattanooga, we didn't even have a vape shop. So the availability of a decent liquid was one of the hardest things that I had to overcome. Being on the road, running out, easing back into a cigar. Okay. I don't want to smoke, but I ain't got nothing to vape. But here's the thing about vaping that people don't understand. I can put this down and not worry about it for a week. A cigarette, I'll be all jittery. My wife will tell you I get an attitude and get all mad and upset, and I couldn't even handle it. But man, if I run out of juice now, I'll be all right. I'll be fine, because it gradually lessens that addictive. For me, it gradually lessens that addictiveness in my system. So I think I was more addicted to all the other stuff in cigarettes, if that makes sense, than the nicotine. Because see, I'm able to get my nicotine down to not even a 3, a 1.5, a 1. Heck, I vape 0 sometimes, just because of the taste of it.
Yes.
But it was hard. It was hard to find availability, and the devices back then, they didn't want to work right. The little ego sticks, man, you liable to push that button, it won't do nothing. Coils burn out, oh, that's the worst.
And I think that's one of the biggest problems that vaping is suffering from right now, is because a lot of people that tried it when them ego style pens and stuff was out, they get them pens, they suck, they went back to smoking, they was like, oh, I tried that before. You haven't tried it since it became great. Now you got stuff that, I got the AUG vapes, the MTL, and I promise you, the mouth to lung, the mouth to lung hit on that, dude, that was the closest thing that I ever got to vaping, to smoking a cigarette. This thing, I was like, I didn't even know how to act. I was like, wait a minute, okay, I know it's mouth to lung, I'm trying to hit it out, but it's been so long since I hit a cigarette. I was like, I didn't know what to do. I was like, wait a minute, how do you work this again? Okay, this thing sucks, man. I ain't get no vapor production, because you're not supposed to. It's supposed to resemble a cigarette. But a lot of people that tried it years ago said, man, that stuff is terrible. That stuff stuck, because you have not tried it now. Now is totally different than it was 5 years ago when I started. It was a totally different thing. So we all know that that nothing is perfect. Nothing in any industry, any device, any person, nothing is perfect on this planet. Is there any problems you see in vaping, or anything that you would like to change if you had that, the ability to change it about vaping?
The community. Even though that we are vast and we are coming together, but the fact that we have some that keeps want to fight in the community and fight each other in the community, I'm not feeling that, because only if we stand, we're going to make it through. Because the FDA is coming down hard on vaping. Why? Obviously, they ain't making no money on it. Vaping started out with somebody taking a flashlight and turning it into something, as far as I know. Somebody making something in the garage or something homemade, that somebody said, look, I want to get off smoking, and this is a way that I think I can do it. That person, I don't know who he is, but thank you so much for coming up with that idea, But we need to stand. I understand we got different vape crews and different groups and stuff like that, but when it all boils down to it, these regulations that's coming out, or, well, they put them on hold for a little bit, but these regulations they got in place now, man, heck, sometimes them things have me sweating. I didn't even come out with my own juice line massively because of the regulations. Because when I heard about that was it. Gone. Another thing that I would change, and it's just me personally, the industry gets so saturated with some things, get your quality control in check. Get it in check. You know, we don't need things blowing up in people's faces, not just from user error, but from bad products. Now, if I go pay $50 or $60 for something, you know, I expect it to work and do what I needed to do. I'm trying to save my life and make my life better. So I don't need something that's gonna shut down on me a week later, and then I gotta send it back to you, and then you gotta send me another one. And that's if they respond to your emails. So get your quality control in check. You know, my hat goes off to China, you know, in some respect, because they are putting out some products that's at a decent price. Because look, I ain't living in no mansion. I ain't got no $1 million in the bank. You know, I ain't got all this money that I can throw into it. So either way it go, even if the product ain't but $30 or $40, to some people that might not be a lot. You know, I got 8 kids. For me, that's a lot. So I picked this mod up, I pressed that button, I expect to be able to vape.
Yep.
So get your quality control in check. Juices. Get your quality control in check. Quit putting out crap, man.
Oh, man.
If you're a good juice company, don't put out crap. If you're an upcoming juice company, make sure that you get your formula to a point to where each bottle is what it said it is. Because I've had one batch taste like one thing and one batch taste like another. Get your quality control in check.
I think that's one of my biggest complaints is, especially with juice makers, that you know, you go in, you find a juice that you like. And you buy that juice and you're like, damn, man, I like this juice. And you go buy it the next time. And then the third time you go buy it, it don't even taste the same. And it's like, dude, man, I want it to taste the way it tasted when I first vaped it. But yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. And there's a lot of, it's just oversaturating. It really is. It's hard for me to keep up with because I try to do a first look Fridays, you know, and that's just where I find out what's coming out on pre-order. I try to tell people what's coming out on pre-order. That way you can get on their pre-order deals, man. The pre-order deals you be getting stuff for like 30, 40 bucks cheaper if you get it on pre-order.
Yeah.
So I try to get everybody that information on what's coming out. And it's like, I can't even keep up. I got companies that are sending me, hey, we're putting this out. And it's like, dude, I can't even make enough videos to keep up with you guys. It's like, I don't have the time. I mean, it's just so saturated, man. It's really oversaturated. And you can't even get over the hype of the first product and the next product's already out. It's like, dude, I can't buy all these products. And I went through a period that I was spending a lot of money on vape gear. And I'm like, dude, I can't use all these damn devices at the same time. What am I spending all this money for? So I definitely agree with you on that.
But here's the thing about the industry, man. The demand is so high for devices. And instead of just improving the last one they came out with, they'll come out with a whole new device. And you stuck with something you can't upgrade, you can't do anything to. These 3 I got right now, I can't do no upgrading to. Heck, this one was homemade. I can always send this back to DEF CON, you know, and he'll get it fixed for me. But I talked to a guy at what is it, Elgo Mall? Yeah, I talked to him yesterday. And he's been so daggone busy. That got him running crazy trying to get things done. And I'm like, man, I understand. You know, you got to get things done. They want me to come out with this. I talked to Representative Duffpo. And I'm actually developing a mod with them. So, but they got them so backed up with their engineering section, they ain't even had a chance to look at my schematics. You know, so the industry is saturated, but the demand is so high. And it's one thing about devices, you got to pick a device that fits you.
Yeah.
At the time that it fits you. On the road, most time I have my tank with me. If I'm sitting still, I'll put a dripper on there. But a lot of people they just want that satisfaction that they're not smoking anymore. And they don't want a big device. They just want something small. They want something they can put in their purse or in their wallet, or in their pocket or something like that. Hey, they got some that probably fit the wallet, little Zippo things.
I got one of those. I gave it to my wife, the little Zippo, the Aurora. You just flip it over. I was playing with that mug like, oh man, this is cool. It vape like crap, but it was cool. Well, I mean,
the coil maker, Demon Killer, they came out with this little 14 millimeter tank, and you seen that little thing by Demon Killer, the one who makes the coils?
I don't think so. I don't think I've seen that one.
It's funky looking. It's about as small as a freaking credit card for real, and about that thick. It's funky looking, but it seemed like the industry is tilting towards bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. But some people don't want that, So
I like a good size mod, but I got that damn the RX 300.
Yeah.
And that brick ass thing, man, I didn't even like vaping on it. It was like, if I gotta use two hands to vape, there's an issue right there. That's too much damn work. But I'm the same way. When I'm at work, I got a tank. 90% of the time, I got a tank on it. I grab a vapor when I just want to have fun, RDA when I want to have fun. When I want to chuck some clouds, I'll throw it. I'll be sitting at the house watching TV, and I'll throw on, especially that maze, or not the maze, but the maze, or the mesh RDA. Man, I love that damn thing.
So I gotta get me one.
That thing. Now mesh mode, it works all right, but in mesh mode, you gotta squonk. If you don't squonk, then I don't like it in mesh mode, because trying to drip on it, man, you put half a bottle in there, and it just, because it's so much cotton in there. But I throw 3 coils in there. Some 24 gauge, old school Canthal. I'm a Canthal person. I like Canthal a lot. But I throw, 3 24 gauge, about 7 wraps a piece, 6-7 wraps. Oh yeah, I'll be tugging clouds for days. But most of the time I got a tank on, I'm chilling, I'm relaxing. Because most of the time I'm at work, or I'm either sitting here in front of the computer, I'm working on videos. I mean, I don't leave this studio, but maybe to sleep. That's about it. That's the only time I leave this place. I'm always in here working on something. But the oversaturation, I mean, you can't even get it. You can't even get done with the product. I got the Aegis. Oh well, shit, now the Mag came out, I gotta get one of those. Oh shit, now, it's like this. And it'll drive you nuts trying to keep up with it. But I mean, it's a lot of fun. And that's another thing I think a lot of people fail to realize. The fun, of, oh man, you see this device and it's like, and you get excited. I mean, when you smoke, you don't get excited about going out to buy a pack of cigarettes. Like, you have to go buy a pack of cigarettes. There ain't no excitement about that shit. You're like, oh God, I gotta go to the store and get some cigarettes. I don't even want to smoke no more, but you have to go do it. With vaping, you get excited. New juice comes out. Everybody's talking about, oh, I gotta try this juice. New device comes out. Oh, I gotta try this device. But that's the tricky part, because that's where the marketing comes in, and that's why these companies is making millions and millions of dollars. And I wish that we could bring more of that back over here, and some American makers would make some mods that would affordable. The problem is just the materials are so damn expensive.
Yeah.
Our metal is 10 times better than their metal, so we pay 10 times the amount. So it jacks up the price. I mean, when I'm seeing a mech mod and online for $300, like, holy shit, I can get a regulated device. I got tip control and everything for $30. I'm not spending $300.
$39.99.
I ain't
got the regular price.
I ain't got no damn $300. I think not Rip Trippers, but Twisted just did that on that Diamond Crested mod or whatever, most expensive mod. Like, dude, what the hell? In hell I could afford that $2,000. I can go buy a car for that. I ain't buying no mod for $2,000. I'm not buying no mod for $2,000. The most I ever spent on a mod, I got the RX DNA 200 when it first came out, and it was like $250 or something like that. And I said, or $200. I think it was $187 or something. I think I paid for it, and I was super excited about it. I had that mod for a week. Somebody stole the damn thing at work. I was like, see, I buy a $30 mod, don't nobody ever mess with that. I buy this $200 mod.
$30 mod.
Going like that. I was mad as hell. So, vaping has saved, millions of lives over the entire world. We know that every single day, more and more people are switching from smoking to vaping. But there's still a lot of people that's struggling with smoking. If there was one piece of advice you could give somebody, just one thing, to somebody that that was thinking about using vaping to stop smoking, what would that piece of advice be?
My advice would be, think about it. It's not just for you. It's not just your life. It's all the people that's around you that is affected by what you do. Each and every individual has people watching them on a daily basis. And if you can do something to change their lives and be around for them longer, vape, don't smoke. Those tobacco companies out there don't give a hill of beans about you. You can tell by looking in the ingredients in cigarettes, in all type of, even chewing tobacco. You can look at the ingredients that they put in those things in order to keep you more addicted to it. And then you have them making millions and millions and millions of dollars off of you dying. See, what you don't know, or what they don't put out in the mass media, is all the people that die on a regular basis from using tobacco products like that. So think about it.
What was it?
What to live for, then you know it. Your family, your friends, and by the way, you'll smell a heck of a lot better. I promise you, open up your nostrils when you start vaping. You will smell a heck of a lot better. And you won't even like being around cigarette smoke anymore. So, yeah, it's not just about you. It isn't.
That is a great piece of advice right there, because a lot of people don't think about that. It's not just about your health, it's about the health of everybody else around you. Well, I was just reading a thing that they said secondhand smoke is 3 times more deadly than regular smoke. 3 times. I mean, I know a lot of states are passing laws that if you get caught smoking in the car with your kids in there, they're taking your ass to jail, they're taking your kids, your kids is going to foster care. It's not worth it. It's just really not worth it, man, especially when there's, I mean, and I don't care how you quit. You don't have to necessarily use vaping. You know, I don't give a shit if you use a straw technique, the old pencil in the ear technique, the shot, the patch. Just don't use Chantix. That's the worst shit ever, man. That shit is terrible.
I heard.
I try. So basically, what happened with me was they found out that the left ventricle in my heart wasn't working correct. So it wasn't filtering out my white blood cells. And usually your heart filters your white blood cells, and then they come in and they become your like fingernails and skin and hair and shit like that. What it was doing, it was going back up to my head and collecting. And I kept getting tumors in my head. So I went through chemo like 3 times. And it was like, all right, for the reals. I was like, figure out what the hell is causing the problem. Y'all just keep treating the problem, but you ain't figuring out what's causing the problem. So they told me the left ventricle in my heart wasn't working. I either had to quit working or quit smoking. Oh, I can't quit working. I got 4 kids. I got a family to, provide for. So I had to go to work. And doctor prescribed me that damn Chantix. I took that shit for a week. Dude, I'm telling you, I had the worst nightmares that I ever had. I had nightmares that I was tied up in a chair. And men were raping and beating my daughters, and I couldn't get up and stop them. Then they wonder why people kill themselves. When you having dreams like that, yeah, you want to kill yourself. You're like, I can't have these thoughts, man. Because that shit just don't go away because you woke the hell up. It was still there. I was thinking about that shit all damn day. I'm flipping the hell out. Like, dude, I can't take this shit.
I'm with you.
And I tried the stupid patch. That shit just made me want to smoke more. Like... I was like, this shit ain't working. I thought I was screwed, man. I thought I was screwed. I was like, dude, I ain't gonna lie. I was one of those people that I like to smoke. I was one of those people. I would have advocated for smoking, 10 years ago. I'd have been like, shit, I'm gonna die with a cigarette in my mouth, just like, because that's just how I enjoyed smoking. So when vaping came along, it gave me the ability to smoke without smoking. And I tell people that all the time. If you're one of those type people, and you have to be honest with yourself. A lot of people ain't, I want to quit. You like smoking too much. You have a cigarette in your mouth every 5 minutes. You don't want to quit. You enjoy smoking. So you need to come with an alternative to smoking that is not as harmful. And that's exactly what vaping is. It's a less harmful alternative. That's all it is. It's, you know, it's just something that you got to, you know, if you just try it. You know, that's why I tell everybody, just try it. You know, it really
95% less harmful.
95, that's a big ass number. You know, we ain't talking about, you know, 50-50 chance. You know, no, they 95% and been proven by science multiple. When they tried to prove it wrong, they proved it right.
They proved it right. And so it's 5% less harmful for you than breathing. And that's probably in the country and not a big city. You know, all the stuff in the air there. And when it comes to secondhand, the article just came out. Secondhand vaping is not harmful. I
just read that article.
I'll be doing a news report on that on my YouTube about that. Yeah, on my news section. But it's every time they try to prove something wrong, you know, even popcorn lung. Man, I ain't seen one case of popcorn lung yet. I ain't saying go out there and drink the stuff, but you know, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
So
I think the last poll, there was 5 cases, and they couldn't even prove that it was because of vaping. They had no proof of vaping because the people worked in like a candy factory or something like that. They worked somewhere. They could have got it from that. They couldn't prove necessarily that it was from vaping. So
exactly.
There's no physical evidence that popcorn lung exists. That was just some shit, some propaganda shit that they put out just to try to put some, you know, put the kibosh on vaping. That's all that was.
Yeah. They trying their best, man. They're trying their best. Because like I said, it was an industry that was built from the ground up without the government intervention. And now that it's become a $6.5 to $7 billion industry, oh, you best believe every doggone country got their hand out. I mean, you look at the TBD regulations over in Europe, and you look at what they're doing, heck, here in the United States, in California, up in Colorado, man, it's crazy what they're doing in the vaping industry. Heck, I heard that one guy got arrested for vaping in his car and had a kid in the backseat. They arrested him.
For vaping?
They looked at it as being, I guess, smoking. I don't know.
That's crazy right there. I live in Colorado, so, you know, I mean, out here it's pretty, I mean, they're pretty, I've seen at least half a dozen cops vaping in their damn patrol cars. Which, you know, they're police out here are pretty, other day I seen a cop, you know, he's driving and texting at the same time. And I'm like, dude, that's against the law. What the hell are you doing, man? You guys giving out $700 tickets for that shit, and he's doing it. So, you know, the only time they really mess with you if you're doing something that's like, if you're walking through Walmart, you know, vaping, just blowing big clouds, yeah, somebody probably gonna say something to you. But, you know, like on the job sites, you know, I'm in houses, I'm on construction sites all day, man. I be vaping inside the houses. Don't nobody ever say nothing to us. You know, they haven't. Now I've heard of a couple districts out here that the vape shops have, they won't let them vape in the vape shops no more, but I just heard about it. I haven't seen it yet. Before we end the show, why don't you just go ahead on and give, you know, a shout out to yourself, tell everybody where they can find you and any projects that you're working on.
Well, I started on Instagram. Train Smoke 69 WVC. You know, just being an average person and then being my average nut of a self, I started doing videos on there, and it expanded. Facebook, and now on my YouTube channel, it's just Train Smoke on my YouTube channel. And I like to have fun. I'm one of those people that enjoy life, enjoy my family, enjoy being here. So, and people get a kick out of seeing me. So, you know, see the fat man up there dancing, you know. So yeah.
I'll put a link to, you know, just send me, message me on Instagram and send me all your link stuff, and I'll put a link in the description below to where they can find you all the different, you know, stuff. Definitely check out his YouTube, man, because that's where I found you in, and dude, I got a kick off your Instagram, man. The music that he plays, y'all don't understand. Y'all want to hear some old school jams? You're gonna find it over there on YouTube on his channel.
Old school, new school. I'm working on that. I'm working on doing my reviews. You talk about stuff that's coming out so quickly that you ain't got a chance to absorb what came out. Man, this daggone Maryland Mini came out in 2016. Heck, I'm just getting a kick out of it now. Like I said, I like to have fun with it. I do have a serious side. I'll be doing a news segment. Matter of fact, I'm working on a project now. I put up a post on Instagram on the different vape crews. You know, let me know who you belong to, what vape advocacy groups you belong to, what vape foundations you belong to. Because like I said, we're a community. And I just want to bring everybody together. And, you know, I'll be working on that for the next couple of weeks or so. Got a couple of more reviews coming out, you know. And, yeah, just being myself. You never know what I'm going to come up with. I wake up in the morning going, ha! That's gonna be crazy, but I do it anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah. I really enjoy talking to people, man. And the motivation I get from off Instagram, I'm telling you, y'all make me smile, man. And on YouTube, y'all give me joy because it lets me know that I'm doing something. You know, I ain't got a whole lot of monetary funds to contribute.
Yeah.
But I do have myself, you know, and I kind of integrated into my ministry. See, what you don't know is, I've been a minister for 10 years, you know, so you can even catch me on YouTube preaching sometimes. So, you know, but that's another thing. That's another side of vaping. Even when I'm ministering, you know, and I'm ministering to somebody who's smoking, I said, okay, you know, there's an alternative to it.
Yeah.
There's a better lifestyle that's there for you. So yeah, just hit me up, man. And whatever criticism you got, man, I love constructive criticism. I do, because it just makes me better.
You know, vaping is changing the world. It's not just helping people quit smoking. That's his main goal. It does that by itself. But it's bringing the world together. We are the most diverse community. We have every ethnicity, every religion, there's so many people across this world that is vaping, and everybody has something in common. This could be one that I was talking to, who was I talking to? I can't remember who I was talking to, but I told them, I said, man, I will tell you right now, vaping is something that could bring this world true peace. It really could. Because, because, you know, dang near everybody in the world smoked. At one point, it was like 79% of the world smoked. I mean, and now people are quitting and they're using vaping, and it's building a community, and a very big community. I mean, you got to look at it. Rip Tripper's got 1 million subscribers. 1 million.
I know.
I mean, that's
not too, but
I mean that's 1 million people right there that subscribe to his channel, that's vapors. And that just tells you how big the community really is. And I think that, you know, it's going to get a lot bigger before it's all said and done. And it's going to change the world. And, you know, if I could leave everybody that's watching this, you know, one bit of advice, give it a try. You know, just give it a try.
And if you don't like it the first time, try again. That's a key.
Yeah, because 5 years ago, it sucked. It was terrible.
Yeah.
We lived through it. It was terrible. Well, man, thank you so much for sharing your story. I know that it will touch the lives of everyone that was watching this. And I hope that I can persuade you to come back on the channel in the future and, you know, tell us how everything's been going for you.
Oh, man, definitely.
All right, everybody. So, till next time, peace out, man. Keep on vaping. Keep it foggy.
Do it. Keep it cloudy.
Thank you for viewing. It means the world to me. And if you haven't had a chance to subscribe to the channel yet, go ahead and do it now. And remember, vaping saved your life, so help vaping save more lives. Spread the word and keep on vaping.